but a rebel, yeah, a rebel you are. And as a rebel you can go where the wind blows, but you have to do it all on your own.
Hello, everybody. Like a Rebel. We are Like a Rebel. Welcome to the Recruiter Podcast. What I find interesting in a really horrible sense, I don't know. I'm really into stand-up comedy. I've started watching podcasts and clips and so forth. I'm really into stand-up comics. And there's like this mega successful hot group of comics right now that seem to hang together. Joe Rogan, of course, the number one podcast basically in the world, very influential guy, stand-up comedian. You got Bert Kreischer, the Machine, takes his shirt off and all. Tom Segura, who is just a crazy guy. I think these guys are starting to play. Segura was at the Parks Casino here in beautiful Bensalem, where All Systems Go AV. Our studios here are located. You got Bill Burr. You've got Andrew Santino, who I think is a really funny guy. You got Theo Vaughn, who I really enjoy. Brian Callen. You got, who's his buddy who does Fighter and the Kid? Brendan Schaub, the ex-UFC fighter. So you got all these group of people, and another guy, a guy by the name of Ari Shaffir. Ari Shaffir is like a real close buddy of Joe Rogan's. And I don't know if you guys follow this at all. You probably don't, but for the few of you that do, about a month or two ago, no, it was October, he dosed with a Molly. What's that stuff called? Molly, whatever it is. What is
Ecstasy,
that stuff?
MDMA?
Yeah, MDMA. Yeah, dosed Bert Kreischer during a podcast in his own house. Didn't tell him. Dosed him, and which is bad because Bert's on a lot of other medication, this and that, and Bert's wife lost her mind. Understandably so, and Bert forgave him. His wife has not. Understandably so. It was in front of his kids, and it was a bad situation. And Ari did it as a quote-unquote joke. So if you guys, Adam, if you could cue up, so Ari Shaffir, so I first noticed it on Instagram. Bert put a picture of Kobe's jersey and saying how sad it was. And the first comment was from Ari Shaffir. And he said something along, and it's been pulled down since, he said something along the lines, that's great news, not sad at all, something like that, and then hashtag F the Lakers, but he didn't just put F, he spelled it out. And it went insane. Then so I went right to Ari Shaffir's Instagram. There was nothing there. I went to his Twitter, and lo and behold, he's got a full tweet about it and then a video. But do you have that queued up, his tweet? Do you guys have that in there?
Yeah.
You can read Ari's tweet.
Yeah, the tweet he had.
Do you show, what time was that tweet? Does it show there or no? Because
No,
the tweet's been
this
pulled
is from
down.
an article.
You're right.
And
Okay.
they just kind of quoted it. But his tweet says, quote, Kobe Bryant died 23 years too late today. He got away with rape because all the Hollywood liberals who attacked comedy enjoy rooting for the Lakers more than they dislike rape. Big ups to the hero who forgot to gas up his chopper. I hate the Lakers. What a great day. End quote.
Wow. Okay. So there's a little bit to unravel here. All right. So this is a stand-up comedian. His speech is protected under the First Amendment. Thank God. However, so he can say literally anything, absolutely anything, as we all can. We can say anything we want. This guy, I read this morning, his agent fired him this morning as a client. We can say, as human beings, as a regular person, as a celebrity, anything we want. I also saw today or yesterday the lead from Westworld, the blonde farm girl that turned into, I forget the whole story from Westworld, but I'm just drawing a blank right now. But she came out and said something, they're not mutually exclusive. The fact that and I don't think he got charged with rape, he got charged with sexual assault. It's 2003. And those of you that don't know the story, long story short, Denver, Colorado, he was there for the next day. I believe he was there for either surgery or a consult with a physician about some injury he had. And ended up, he's married at the time, ended up hooking up with a 19-year-old. Hooking up might be not exactly the right way to put it, but however it went down, because there's only a couple people that know, him and the girl, of what actually happened. He said it was consensual. She painted a different picture. They ended up settling out of court, basically, is what happened. But it was bad. He ended up on an apology tour, bought Vanessa, his wife, $8 million diamond. Hey, I'm sorry, I screwed up. And went on from there, which I'm going to get to here in a minute. But what I want to talk about is just this. This Ari Shaffir, this guy, I can't imagine. This guy's not going to be doing any comedy sets out in L.A. at the Comedy Store for quite a while. This guy, I can't imagine. I would venture to say that he should have bodyguards. There is an uproar over this guy. If you guys want more information on it, just Google Artie Shaffir. I think it's Shaffir, something like that. You'll find it. It's pretty easy. It's all over the place. And there's a video, 2 videos, in fact, that he shot that are even more brutal, where he's laughing, and it's just obviously in very poor taste. However, like I said, he is protected by the First Amendment. Thank God. However, there are consequences to taking advantage and being protected by the First Amendment. You can, in fact, say anything you want to say, but there are consequences to it. And this guy's probably going to suffer some very severe career consequences. Now, I've heard people say, well, yeah, he's still going to have a fan base. Yeah, that's going to be a pretty low-brow fan base. Some pretty sick people. If people think that's a cool way to handle a person's death and 8 other people and children involved, and I mean right after, and bring up rape, that's in pretty poor taste, obviously. I'm not telling you anything you don't know.